I know you. You're a longtime gamer. Video games have been an important part of your life for years. They've helped you make friends. You've bonded with important people in your life over them. Some of your best memories happened while you were playing games. They've been the only thing that's kept you sane during hard times. But recently you've had a sinking feeling. Maybe you just don't like games as much as you used to. You don't get as excited for upcoming titles, and you don't experience the same level of enjoyment when you actually play games as you used to. Why is that? And can we fix it? Let's get into it. I got into video games when I was 6 years old. My parents got me a red Game Boy Advance SP and Pokemon Fire Red for my birthday. I can remember exactly how excited I felt when I unwrapped that box. I didn't know about other consoles like the PS2 or other types of games that were out there. I didn't see commercials for games or have a list of things I was looking out for. I just knew my cousin had a Game Boy and that he played Pokemon on it too. That was it. No marketing, no console wars, no backlogs. I was just excited to have that one game that I'd heard was fun from somebody else. I played Fire Red for hundreds and hundreds of hours, and to me, it was the best thing ever. I'm willing to bet that a lot of you resonated with that story. For many of us, getting a new console was one of the highlights of our entire childhood. I can vividly recall when my parents got me my DS, my PS2, and my Xbox 360. As a kid without many responsibilities or the burden of life crushing me yet, getting those consoles were some of the most life-changing events that had ever happened to me. As a grown adult though, that joyful experience of unwrapping a whole world of imagination is completely gone. I bought my Nintendo Switch online during the World Health Crisis, and it just kinda showed up at my door one day. When I opened the box, I obviously knew what was gonna be inside because I was the one that ordered it. Of course, I really enjoy using the Switch, but the excitement of unboxing lasted for all of 30 seconds until I verified my order was correct and then promptly flattened the Amazon box it came in so it would fit in the bin better. But all we've talked about so far has been focused on physically receiving a console. Why is it that we don't enjoy actually playing the games on it anymore? This goes back to when I was talking about first getting Pokemon on the Game Boy. I'd only heard about the game through word of mouth from one person. That's not much of a hype train. Heck, even when I bought my second Pokemon game, Pokemon Ruby, it was because I randomly saw it at a Target while I was looking for another game to play. I didn't know there was a whole other Pokemon, let alone an entire series. Nowadays, we don't have that element of the unknown to unexpectedly surprise us. If we actually go to a physical store, we already know what's going to be there. We've seen the trailers at E3, the commercials leading up to release, and probably already watched a few reviews on YouTube before we even buy the game. The only mystery in modern day gaming is whether a game will actually function on release. Coupled with this is the overabundance of games in the modern day. It's not abnormal to have over 100 new games released in a busy gaming month like November. With that many options, you will inevitably experience the paradox of choice. We spend so much time trying to figure out which game is the longest, which game is the best value, which game do our friends play, which game is the most popular, which game is going to have the most longevity, etc., etc. All of these choices ultimately leave you feeling less satisfied with your final purchase. What if that game is better than this one that I got? Should I have gotten that one instead? We might not ask these questions out loud, but our behavior certainly suggests them. We start drifting halfway through a game, thinking about which one we should start next, even if we like the current game. We install old games, play them for a couple hours, and then put them back down again. It didn't used to be like this. We used to save up for one specific game, buy it, and then play it for months. You didn't used to worry about upcoming games because unless you had a subscription to a game magazine, you didn't even know what was coming out. It was just you, your brand new game, and all the time in the world to play it. I miss gaming being that simple. It's time to get that back. I suggest really taking your time with the game you decide to play. Don't try to rush through just because you have a backlog you want to finish. Explore, engage in the side content, do everything that you want to, and if you really don't feel the game, then drop it. You shouldn't feel forced to complete a game just because you have it, and you also shouldn't try to rush through every game because you have more games to play. At some point, the game you're playing right now was the next game in the backlog. It doesn't make sense to rush through a game so you can start a new one, then rush through that game too. Slow down. Stop buying so many games if you already have a huge backlog, and stop watching so many reviews of new games that tempt you to buy them. You'll get to those eventually, but for now, try to have fun with the ones that you have. You're here because you're sad that gaming isn't as fun to you as it used to be, so let's fix it. It's time to enjoy games again.